Travessa das Plumas. Travessa das Plumas. The street of the pens, a lane of pens. So Plumas, I believe it's pens in Portuguese, I believe. If I'm wrong, it'll be funny. But anyways, we're on this this little street right here. Let me kind of describe the area that we're in. We're in Patane, and anyway, that's our focus. But we're also going to talk briefly about that over there. Demetrio Senati Avenue, and then Patane Library right here. And then we're also going to try to find the House of the Night Watchman, which is in Patane too. I think it's down Palmera a little bit. And we're going to try to tie it all into to our little street of the pens, Travessa das Plumas. And we're also right near this pension house too, by the way. That's kind of beautiful. So stay tuned. Hey, check it out, Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. Street of the Pens. Plumas. Travessa das Plumas. Let's kind of talk about this a little bit. Right now we're on reclaimed land. So so that Plumas Street maybe came around when this was all developed, and then they named it after maybe a bunch of pen shops, because that used to be the way it used to be a long time ago. You go to your street, it's another street with like lots of street names like that that are kind of similar to that. So anyways, our focus is Plumas. This is the library, Patane Library. So they painted, this is a historical building that they painted, and then they redesigned it into a library. And then down there is Avenida de Demetrio Senati. So he was an Italian Portuguese guy, Italian name, but his father and his grandfather were both architects. Sorry, I think another video said engineer, but they're actually architects and they're painters. And so Senati, so he was actually like in the Portuguese Navy. He immigrated, or not immigrated, but moved to Macau, lived many years here. And then he actually was commissioned by the government to study the still thing. He was a Navy guy, so he was actually an architect and also in the Navy. So he kind of knew how to map things out, and maybe the architectural experience and the painting experience, but he knew how to map it out. So he actually mapped out a very clear image of the coastline. And then they were also kind of debating like what to do with all this silted land. It was harder to bring ships in. So this would have been about 125 years ago, 150 years ago, 140 years ago, something around like that time period. So they would have commissioned him to design that, and then I think it was him who proposed it. Adolfo Lora was another one, so which another street is named after him. So both of them, they were involved with. That's kind of cool. Here I'm talking about old Macau, and then there's a nice mural right there with old Macau. But anyways, what we're standing on is reclaimed land. And then this one, Travessa das Plumas, would have been part of that reclamation program. And then the street over, which is Palmera Street, was where the coastline used to be. So the coastline was there, and then this is on reclaimed land. So maybe once they built it, some kind of pens. Oh, the old house. Looks like they bring in motorcycles. You can park here now. They also put a park here too. You know, it's actually kind of interesting. I'm not sure exactly where the like that's all reclaimed land over there. Those two major streets. There's another one that where Patane Library is at. But this one right here, you know, I don't know the age of some of these ones right here. They look like they could have been from the same era. But then those ones on that side were definitely before, because it was called Patane Village, and at that time it was always here. You know, this was always a land for when the Portuguese came in the 1500s. This was part of the land. So that's Travessa de Pluma right there. You kind of got that little alley right there, so that it's like Street of the Pens. And then Palmera Street that we're on right now would have been the coastline. And you kind of have all these more narrow buildings as well. And Here's a kind of a cool one. This is the old bookshop. I have looked in here before. And you can kind of explore all these, right? And there's all kinds of kind of cool stuff. So yeah, this would have been a small village, of a Chinese village. Back when Macau was, for the Portuguese people, this was a small village that would, that was right on the coastline. And actually there was an interesting story about a pirate too. So this pirate, I looked him up, somebody referenced him to me because I filmed Palmyra recently. Look at a corral. It's kind of interesting. So this pirate, he was a famous Chinese pirate, and he would have probably been around this village quite a bit. And then when he, of course they move around. Pirates were in Kolowan, they were in different areas. That one is Beco de Dragon, which is actually kind of cool too. So if you imagine Patane as kind of an older Chinese village, and then you had like Beco de Dragon, like kind of Chinese references too, right? Pretty cool. And then this Escama, that goes all the way, that's the one that we looked down. We started at Plumas, was right there in the alley. And then that's the water right there that we originally saw. Patane Library is over in that area too. So we're gonna walk down, and I'm gonna try to find this thing as it's the Night Watchman. It's like a little museum now, and it's something about the Patane Night Watchman. So historically, throughout many parts of the world, there would be like a watchman who would just watch the community at nighttime, make sure there wasn't any issues happening. These are really cool streets in here, and Zois. So we're gonna try to find that museum. So it's the Museum of the Night Watchman. It might be this one right here. But basically what they would do is they would patrol the neighborhood, and almost all of them were tore down. But I guess one remains in Macau, only one. And we're gonna try to find it. I'm not exactly sure what it looks like. But I imagine it would look like that. Let's see. It's kind of a funny building right there, right? So I think it goes up to Camoys Park. So Camoys Park is up on the other side there. So that all those mountains kind of thing. We're gonna try to find that. There's just so much cool stuff in here. Kind of want to film that street too. Concha. So that's all the park. So yeah, so basically that's Plumas Street. Actually, that's the other thing I should have been watching for. Some of these streets also have names of other products that people could buy traditionally. So you might have the Plumas. Let's see. Pesca de Bom Garfu. That looks kind of tasty. Actually, that looks really tasty right there. I'm gonna come back for that. Dang. Okay, so I kind of want to find this Night Watchman. I guess if I find it or don't find it, it doesn't really matter, but Beco das Rolas. I need to look up what these Portuguese words mean. Just too much cool stuff everywhere. There's so many cool patios, and Palmyra has a lot of. Then the Night Watchman, I might try to find it another time, but anyways, there is a museum dedicated to it, and it has all the original attached to it as well. But I'm just gonna see if this is it right here, and then I'm going to put the camera in, check it out, and I'm going to study it a little bit more, and the next time I come I can talk about it. Let me just see what this is. So we do have a temple here in Palmyra, free admission. This might be it. Hello. Thank you. Yeah, this is it. So this is actually about the night guard. Yeah, this is the one I was looking for. So we're going to try to make. Thank you. So we found it. So I'm going to create another video, and then we're going to I'm going to read it a little bit, and then we're going to show it, and really, really cool. Hey, checking out Macau 2023. Check out some more streets.